and to give us a basic overview of the tools that you have at your fingertips from Follett. So I'm going to turn it over to John, and welcome.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you all letting me join you today. I am taking over for Scott Scherzer. If any of you got to meet him, work with him in the past, from what I've been told, I've got some pretty big shoes to fill. And I know that I'll be throwing quite a bit of information at you today. With that being said, I don't expect you to remember absolutely everything I tell you today and talk about. So please do not hesitate to reach out to me if you are to have any questions in the future or need any clarification. By all means, chime in today or email me afterwards down the road, and I'll be happy to walk through it again. So with that being said, I'm going to start sharing my screen. Lisa, is that something? Oh, wait, present now. Your entire screen. There we go. Share. Awesome. Okay, so are you all able to see my screen right now?
We can. You're good to go.
Awesome. So with that being said, just a quick share of hands, who knows what Titlewave is? Does anyone know what? Not really? Okay. That's always a good starting point so that I know what the audience is. Titlewave is essentially our version of Amazon. It's where you can order all things Follett and also have different reports that make it easier for you to know where you need to grow your library, along with helping you with weeding suggestions. So the first thing that I'm going to show you is under your account, and it's called a Titlewise Analysis. So you would click here, and you'll see your school. You won't see a bunch of other schools like mine, but that's just an internal account. You would click on your school, and then you would hit View, and it'll take you to this page right here. So when you all want to run a Titlewise analysis, please shoot me an email and I can send you directions on how to run this. It literally is 2 clicks of a button, and it takes about 25 minutes to move all your data from Destiny to Titlewave. So far, does anyone have any questions? Awesome. What is a Titlewise analysis? I'm sure is what a lot of you are thinking. It is essentially breaking down your entire collection. So this is an example, and you'll see it shows you how many items you have, average age, items per student, print versus digital, and you can see everything you can click on. So like we can click on the 99% of print books you have. We can click on the digital to look at those titles, fiction versus nonfiction. But the area that a lot of people absolutely love is this collection by Dewey classification right in here. And the reason being is it breaks it down, your library down a lot more specifically, in the sense of you can dig into Dewey and really go into every single section of your library, or look at some of the more popular places in your library and see where you stand. So people usually do this, and then after that, what they'll do is they'll click on age sensitive areas. And these age sensitive areas give you a great place to start if you're looking to weed. So from here, you can even click on, all right, I've got 71 aged titles. So let me just throw it out there first. You might be like, John, this book was published in 2012. This is not an old title. These are by all means just suggestions They are by no means saying you must get rid of this book. It is merely suggestions of what you could consider. I want to make that very clear because I know I've gotten that question in the past when I covered Kentucky. So that's a big aspect of this Titlewise analysis that people really liked. You can dig even further the more you go down, and it breaks it down by reading levels and the type of reading program you might use at your school so that you can gear your ordering that way to be like, oh gosh, this is an example of a high school, so this makes sense. But let's say it was an elementary school and this is what your library looked like. You're gonna be like, holy smokes, I need more first grade, second grade, or 1 through 2.9 titles. So that is a quick overview of Titlewise analysis. And I always tell people as a best practice, you should probably do it every single time you order books. Once you get new books into your library, I would just run a Titlewise analysis. But in all reality, I know that doesn't happen. So I would suggest doing it once in the fall and once in the spring. Does anyone have any questions so far? Yes.
My question is, to do that first, I need to make an inventory, correct? And link my inventory with this one or no? Because I don't get it well.
So you're saying your account is not linked to Titlewave to run this report? Do I understand?
I think that. Even I don't have inventory in my media center.
Okay, you and I can have a conversation after this to take a deep dive into that, because that might be something we might have to call tech support and get solved. But I appreciate that up.
Thank you. Thank you.
You are welcome. Any other questions at the moment?
Oh, I have another. So sorry.
Oh, you're good.
Okay, for different kinds of book and the classification, the level of obsolescence is not the same. For example, in literature is different than in science or math. And what you do, you determine what level of obsolescence have the book. Is it a program?
So this area, the reading levels, you're able to choose, like if you want Lexile, if you want accelerated reader, if you want guided reading F and P. It's just different ways to see where your library collection stands if you use one of these systems in your school.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, thank you.
And just for clarification, this is going to be most helpful after you've done a complete inventory. So the more accurate your inventory is and your catalog is, the more accurate your Titlewise analysis would be.
Yes, thank you, Lisa. I am agree with you, but I want talking about the obsolescence for the books. I need to know how many years they have this book or this collection.
Right. But
I don't know is this program have, for example, predetermined how long will be. I'm so sorry for my English. It is, for example, I want to explain that if you have a book that is, for example, math, it will be obsolete maybe in 3 or 4 years, but for literature is different. But my question is, if in your program, in this program, you have predetermined when this book will be obsolete, will be old, when this book will be old.
That, and I'll be honest, I can't really give the exact answer. It changes from topic area to area, subject area to subject area. At the end of the day, I always tell people go with their gut of what they view as old and outdated, because you also have to think of it in the sense of you can only do so much with the funding that you get. Just because something might be considered aged on this report does not mean you should just absolutely get rid of it if you know you can't replace it anytime soon.
Okay, got you. Thank you, got you.
So we've got 2 questions about how do we get to the Titlewise analysis again. So can you run through that again?
Yes. So this is what your homepage looks like. You hit your account, Titlewise Analysis. It will show, let's just say we're Broward Co. Elementary Shelf. You would click on that, and then usually the report would show right here under options, and you would hit view. For some reason, my account right now is acting up and it takes very long to load. So I had to preload this one before this call today. But that's because I am brand new and it's just very, very funny. With that being said, the other big report under your account that people absolutely love is right here, called Complete Your Series. And Complete Your Series is exactly what it sounds like. It is taking your entire collection, which right here, what this is saying is that I need to do a title-wise analysis of my collection. But what it does is I'm going to hit Complete Your Popular Series. It takes your most recent title-wise analysis and shows you every book that is missing from a series in your library. So you'll see here total items missing from this library of collections that are in it, or series that are in it, is 153. Now, some people might be like, holy smokes, that's a lot of books. It's really not, because it's going to be showing you 5 Worlds Book 2 in 3 different bindings. So I always have people come over here, hit Follett bound, and you'll see there's only 145. And then from here, that's where a lot of people have used their targeted ordering, because they're like, oh, this book is so, or this series is so popular at our school, I need to make sure we get this book. There's a gap in it. So that's where I've seen a lot of people start when they're making a list. Does anyone have any questions on this report? Gnarly. So now you might be asking, John, how do I add a book to a list that I'm wanting to start? So let's say you want this book and this book. You check mark it and then you put add to list, and I'm just going to make this and save. So now that I've made that, we just added 2 books to this list, which is called Demo Practice. I add more. I go here, and then I just hit 2 demo practice. Wanted items, which is when you check mark it, that's a wanted item. And then you simply hit add to list. Once I click on demo practice, up here, click on it under saved list, hit demo practice, you'll see the 3 items that we just saved to this list. Does anyone have any questions on how to make a list or review it?
So now I'm seeing some questions in the chat. We have several people that don't seem to have, they're in Titlewave, but they don't have access to the analysis. So I'm guessing they're not attached to their school in Titlewave.
So it's one of 2 things. It's either A, there's never been one ran before, so there's nothing that you can see, which you run it by going through Destiny. And what I will do is I will send Lisa an email after this with instructions on how to run that report so that you see this in your Titlewave account. If you do this and then you still cannot access your Titlewise analysis, please shoot me an email and we will dig into this further together, because that's something that we can easily turn on for you if for some reason it's turned off at your school.
All right, I can walk them through how to do the export now because it's so simple.
If you want to share your screen real quick and show them that, I think
Absolutely.
that's beneficial. I'm going to stop sharing so that you can just show that real quick. Let me see.
Oh, wrong thing. Hang on. We're going to share this tab instead. There we go. So you should be able to see Seminole Trails Elementary School right now.
Yep. Yes.
So if you click on in your Destiny, if you click on catalog, then you can click on Titlewave. And then you'll see a button right here that says submit. That is literally all you need to do. I click submit. It's going to run the Titlewave analysis for my school.
Yep.
So to get that Titlewave analysis, you have to visit catalog and then Titlewave inside of Destiny. Okay. And that'll get that will share your collection based on your most recent inventory. And
correct.
As we all know, inventory did not happen last year. So after the new year, we're going to be talking a lot about inventory.
And again, I just can't stress it enough. Once you do this, if you have any questions, please email me. I will be happy to go through it with you. Because I know it can be a lot the first time going through one.
All right. So I will stop sharing and I'll turn back over to John.
All righty. Entire screen. And Lisa, if I miss any questions in the chat, just keep repeating them because I don't see the pings come up when I am presenting.
Yep, no problem.
Now for reference, everything I've shown you so far has been under your account. The other most popular place you will go is for the library. Now, I know one thing, coming from Kentucky, I found that a lot of my schools had to fight for their funding a lot. And there were a lot of places where they had absolutely zero funding for their library. And I showed them this area that Follett has and continues to update. And in Kentucky, I had multiple people win these different grants for funding at their schools. So I would definitely tell you, if you're in a similar situation or looking for extra funding, this is a great place to go. Again, it is under for the library. On the right-hand side, you'll see grants and funding opportunities. You click on here and it opens a list of different grants that Follett has found and just puts on here. And let's say you're wanting to focus on classroom projects. You click on the classroom projects and you see what the criteria is in the funding amount. This one is $100 to $500. I've seen some up to $10,000. It really ranges, and it's something that continues to get updated. But if you check this once a month and want to apply, I would highly suggest making that something on your priority list as Follett continues to update it. Does anyone have any questions around that? So the other popular thing is under library tools, and it's called Follett tags. Click on Follett tags. You are able to search by genre for your library. So if you're looking for something in particular, you just ran a Titlewise analysis and you're like, you know what, I need more fiction. And I know that mystery is extremely popular at my school. So I'm going to click on mystery. And then from there, on the left-hand side, I'm going to be like, I want 3rd through 6th grade mystery books. So you click on that. And now you've got 2,500 items of mystery 3 through 6 to look at and review. So that's one way I've seen people really go about their searching, because you make it very targeted in what it is you're looking for, and it makes it a lot less overwhelming of a process.
John, if you search by genre, can you break it down to, I want books published in the last, let's say, 3 years?
So you'll see this search bar at the very top. If we hit advanced search underneath it, does everyone see that?
Mm-hmm.
Now you can fill out exactly what you are looking for, and you'll see the copyright year, publication year.
And the other thing you could do here, because
so you can make it like 2015 through 2021. And then say you wanted fiction. And
just so you know, our selection policy requires 2 positive reviews. So you can also, you want to show them how to do the reviews.
So there, and then you'll see like there's different awards that you can make it. And that's how I've seen people go about their search. And then I'm going to get to a book here, 10 Blind Dates. We click on that one. You'll see the different tags that are associated to it, similar products, an overview of what it is, and then near the bottom, you'll see the reviews. So it's very similar to an Amazon layout when you're looking at different products on Amazon, how it takes a deep dive into what the product is, what it is you would be receiving, followed by here's a true review of what this book is. And then you can see there are 4 more. Does that make sense to everyone? Are there any other questions at the moment? I know I'm throwing a lot at you. All right. So that is a quick overview. The other thing that I have seen very popular, I do not know who in this room has been using Junior Library Guild or has used it in the past or has heard about it. Is that something you all are familiar with? Okay. That's completely fine. One thing that I've seen a lot of people do once I will say that's kind of the main overview of what I wanted to go over today. But the other thing that I have seen people do is they will share with me their Titlewise analysis. We'll go over it together and they'll be like, John, I really want to beef up my fiction grades 1 through 3 and really target the boys because I'm having a hard time getting the boys to read. What do you suggest? I can have our team build out a customized list based off of your Titlewise analysis so that it's very targeted to your school and your audience. And then the more specific you are to me on what it is you're wanting out of that list, we can make it. And then I share it with you in your account on Titlewave. Why this is nice is because I know it is an absolute pain in the butt to go read all these different reviews on a bunch of books you may not be extremely familiar with and trying to figure out what's good and what's not. The people who are making these lists at Follett are former librarians. They're making them for people all across Florida and really the country, so they know what is popular both in your state of Florida and for just around the country for kids of certain age groups. So by all means, if that's something you're interested in, I would be more than happy to go through that process with you. But I've seen people really enjoy it because it saves them a lot of time, but it still gives you the power to pick your own books of what you're wanting. So with that being said, that's really what I had for today. I know I threw a lot at you. I'm going to type my email address in here along with my cell phone number. so that you all have my contact information. And those two forms right there are the easiest way to get a hold of me. Lisa can confirm that, as we've had multiple phone calls together. And from there, like I said, we can take a much deeper dive into your individual schools and your situation, so that we can make that little 2-3 year game plan on what it is you want to achieve in your space. But all in all, I am really excited to be working with you all. And at the end of the day, my job is to help make your life easier. I'm supposed to be that little target easy button for you all. So never hesitate to reach out to me, and I will always be open to new ideas and sharing with you what it is I am seeing other people doing for a collaborative work ethic. So I appreciate you all joining me today.
Great. Does anyone have any questions before we say goodbye? If not, well, thank you for joining us today. I'm so glad you took some time out of your day. I want to wish you all a very happy